Hey, bless up, fam. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about how many times have you been faced with sickness, weakness, opposition, and even death? How many times you think in your life you've been faced with so many challenges that you never even thought about that things face you or you walked into a situation and you didn't even know that this could have been it? How many times have you made a decision you wasn't sure whether it was the right decision or not, but it turned out to be a pretty good decision? Or how many times have you thought about something and you moved upon it, you were convicted, you believed in it, you prayed about it, you thought about it, you meditated about it, you did everything, and it did not work out? This is what we call life. Every dream, every idea, every concept is combustible. It can burn. But with burning comes purification. With fire comes breaking the elements down into individual pieces. There have been times when seeds have fallen in spite of the fire, in spite of the ash, and it still grows. The longer I live, the more I think about our purpose is not controlling the growth, but it's making sure that we plant the seed. Because life, circumstances, situations allows the seeds to grow. The key is plant as many seeds as you can. So as we try to build and establish a foundation, understand that we could lose it at any point in time. It's not about us. You know, when you're building in Florida, they have these hurricane straps and they have all of these different things for tornadoes, hurricanes, and all this. And one 5-minute tornado or hurricane wind could wipe it all out. No matter how much you strap it down, no matter how much you use concrete, block, rock, whatever, it can be gone within a flash of a period of time. But it could take you years to put it together. I'm saying all this to be at peace with your work and understand your work is important, but it has nothing to do with you securing the future for it. Yeah, I know. We've been taught go to school, get an education, make sure you get a trade, make sure you invest wisely, make sure you um, build a family, have your structure, have a house, have a retirement plan, have all of this stuff. But what happens when you do everything and it still turns to ashes, right? It does not mean that you failed, does not mean that you haven't worked hard to accomplish what you did. The piece is there's a higher power that allows us to exist, allows us to continue to flourish, and it's not about us. We are a tool, we are a vessel. If you're in the garden, if you're a shovel, spade, you're a stick, your manure, your compost bin, your plastic container, you might have started out as a high-end beverage, but you may end up as a vessel for vinegar, for peppers, for canning, We don't decide where we end up, y'all. And through the fire, we are refined for our higher calling. Through the fire, we are refined to be a blessing to others. A tree can grow 15, 20, 30 years. And in a matter of an hour to 2 hours, it can be cut down. And all the storms that tree survived, all the things that tree endured, the rains, the floods, the lightning, the fires, all of that, one day, one little small thing called man could come down and cut it. And the 50, 80, 60, 70 years, and the other trees that it gave seed and gave life to, it can be cut down within a matter of minutes. Trust and believe that we are here to serve. We are here to be in a capacity of giving. I know we're in a society where all we think about is take, take, take. But even if you're taking, you're still giving, right? Feed the fire, because there's a higher calling for something far greater than what you are in your current circumstances. And understand you are part of evolution to something, to another level. Even a rock or even a bird is a contribution to the future. Can you imagine one bird was birthed in a challenging situation? The mama, the father bird sacrificed. There was a unique cold front that came through. The bird should never survive. But guess what happened? The bird did survive. And that bird one day could sing a song to make someone say, I'm not taking my life. One day you could post one video and make a person decide that it's not worth me taking my life. So think about this, y'all. Be moved and be motivated to do what inspires you, right? Stop trying to control the results. Because at the end of the day, we do not control the evidence of a seed that we put in the ground. But what we can do is care for the seed that we put in the ground. We can fertilize it. We can care for it. But we don't make that decision whether that seed is going to flourish or not. What we do, we hope and we pray that that seed will yield fruit. That plant will yield a harvest. But if it don't, so be it. Because the withering, the demise of that plant could be fertilizer, could be compost for another plant that could feed a nation. We don't decide the ending of none of our life journey, of our stories. But what we do decide is whether we want to cultivate our current situation. So no matter what you're in, whether you're in the hood, whether you're in the swamps, whether you're in the woods, wherever you are, if you're going through fire or you just came through the fire and you feel like I can barely make it, if you've been full of sickness, you feel like I just can't go on, press on and listen to your dreams and your ideas. Don't focus on people and conversations and even Google telling you your ratio for success. But focus on going through that journey and focus on living a life where you can be a benefit to others. Because the crazy thing is, if you look at this fire, some of the vines, some of the trees, some of the branches. It may die years ago, but it's feeding the fire, and this fire may inspire you. This one fire may motivate you to keep on going. And imagine if that log or that piece of wood lived 15, 20, 30 years, but in a matter of some few moments after it dead and gone, it's burning a fire and it can inspire you. You got a gift, you got to use it. You are motivated, you learned, you were intrigued by so many different things. Now share it. You studied a lot of different things, or you may not feel like you are articulate, not a well speaker, but you are here for a reason, and your purpose is far better than we or anybody around you can conceive.